Oh, this is one of the teams that really utilizes the two goalie system. We haven't seen that in a number of years.
Don Koharski, who refereed last night's game, working by himself tonight. As far as the refereeing is concerned, Francois Gagnon and Darren Gibbs are the linesmen as the Lightning open up with Chris Gratton, Rob Zaminer, Mikhail Anderson up front. Mikhail Anderson back in the lineup. Andreas Dackel had the puck hop over his stick. Gratton digs forward along the boards. Jason Cullimore and Shel Samuelson open on defense for Tampa Bay. Here's Anderson stick handling in. His shot is deflected out of play by Wade Redden. Let's have a look at our lines to watch, brought to you by the Gatorade Company.
Well, Gratton's in between Zamner and Anderson. That's a combination that they used 3 or 4 years ago when Gratton had a pretty good scoring year. Janney back in between Clark and Selivanov. How well will he play now after sitting out last night's game? The big line, of course, McEachran, Yashin, and Dackel. They have combined for 42 goals for Ottawa. They've scored 111 total as a team, and that trio has 42 of them.
Well, Gratton's unit stays out there. Jacques Demers had indicated before the game he wanted to use Chris against Alexei Yashin, because Yashin at 6'3", 228, obviously the most talented player in their team, and Gratton size-wise certainly can match up with him. As the Senators move it out, it's young Marian Hossa, who turns 20 next week. He was a first-round pick a couple of years ago. He's just recovered from knee surgery in the last month. His pass blocked by Gratton. The puck chopped in by Magnus Arvidsson. And Peter Svoboda back after it. Checked by Radek Bonk. Here's Arvidsson in for the steal. The centering pass is picked off by Wendell Clark. Out he comes. Svoboda on the rush. Deals it to Alex Selivanov. In behind to Clark. Checked by Igor Kravchuk. Selivanov trying to dig it loose. Puck comes to the point. Drew Bannister, who scored the Lightning goal last night, drills it wide. And the sharp rebound comes out to Hossa. Lead pass for Vinny Prospal, who came over from the Flyers about this time last year. Andreas Johansson battles in the corner against Janney. Encounters Peter Svoboda. Johansson, a free agent signing. Going to step out in front. Had it poked away as Svoboda converged along with Janney, and Corey Schwab got active with that goal stick as well. Svoboda checked by Daniel Alfredsson. Prospal working the corner, centers. Johansson lets the shot go wide, and it's kept in deep by Patrick Traverse. Taken over by Janney. He got clipped by Prospal. Down goes Craig Janney, and a penalty upcoming to Prospal at the 2-minute mark. And let's see if Janney is cut or injured, how he's doing, and what Koharski is going to call.
It looks like it's only going to be a 2-minute minor for high sticking. There you see the stick coming right up and catching Janney right in the mouth. As he tried to lift the stick, he was a long ways from the stick and the puck. And he gets him, and it's just a 2-minute minor. And the Lightning will get the power play.
Good chance for the Lightning early on. Of course, they had to kill 2 early penalties in Montreal, and we're coming out expecting to breathe fire with the homecoming of so many members of that organization. And I think the penalties helped to take the starch out of their team, but they'll try to burn Jacques Martin's club here early. Lightning have Benoit Hogue, Chris Gratton, Stefan Richer up front. Darcy Tucker and Peter Svoboda are the point men. Gratton deals it to Hogue. Tugman out to handle it. Now decides to let Redden play it. And the Senators work it out. Bruce Gardner chugs down the wing. Richer catches up to him, and the pass taken over by Svoboda. Hogue throws it rink wide for Tucker. Darcy fires it in. Jason York and Chris Gratton meet in the corner. And Redden, a 21-year-old stud, as owner Art Williams would call him. One of those guys that the Lightning feel they have in their system and will develop similarly to a Redden or a Yashin. On that penalty killing unit, Selivanov with a pass knocked down by Patrick Traverse. Hogue heads for the corner, digs it out for Tucker. Hogue encounters Radek Bonk, who shoved him into the boards hard. Selivanov works against Jani Lokinen. And Lokinen wins out on that battle. Gratton had a stick held trying to kick the puck, but the Senators battle hard to get it out of the zone with 50 seconds to go, and the Prospal high sticking call. Svoboda gains the line. Feeds it down the boards for Solomonov. Wendell Clark. His pass taken over, and out come the Senators. Svoboda gets it back. Sends it ahead for Solomonov. Drew Bannister with 30 seconds on the power play shoots it in. York is met there by Solomonov and dropped in the check. Gardner ties up with Clark. The pass is tipped down in front, controlled by Redden. And Wade Redden will push it down the ice. They've yet to have a shot on goal here in the first 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Jason Cullimore ahead for Sandy McCarthy. In the closing moments of this Prospel penalty, McCarthy moves it along to Clark. Prospel returns. Senators kill the penalty. It's sent out for Prospel, and he lets the drive go. It's deflected on a play by Jason Cullimore, and we'll get a whistle just past the 4-minute mark. No score here in Ottawa. Here are the lists of injured and scratched players for tonight's game, brought to you by Tampa General, Tampa's premier hospital.
Well, the players in yellow are coach's decisions. The Lightning rotating their lineup in here. Kelly, Peterson, Nazarov sitting out tonight. Berg and Martins out for the Senators. The rest are injured.
Kjell Samuelsson, who played 21.5 minutes last night, for the outlet that's blocked by Alexei Yashin. Yashin puts it in behind the net. Andreas Dackel checked in there by Mike Sillinger. Sean McEachran out to the point. It's Sammy Salo rolling it down the boards. Mikhail Anderson peels back to take it. Down he went into the board. Samuelsson looks for an outlet, decides to just put it out of play. Is the safe thing to do.
There's the big stud, as they talked about here. He has really been something. They keep talking about him getting named to the All-Star game, which will be played in Tampa in a couple of weeks. And, you know, I kind of like the way he's kind of deflecting all that. I mean, yes, he's tied with Lindros for third most points in the league, and he's really playing well. But he says, you know what, I'm not really worried about those accolades. All I want to do is play well enough and help this team win. I want this team to win. He says everything else will fall into place. You talk, and that's spoken like a true leader.
And he's wearing the C on that sweater. And I'll tell you what, he came in, showed some flashes as the pass deflected to Prospel. His shot deflected wide by Svoboda. But it took a while for him to mature and develop. And they were patient with him, as they had not seen the results with Alexander Daig or even a Radek Bonk, who's still on their roster. But Yashin has come through for him. Long pass ahead for Daniel Alfredsson. Corey Schwab out to play it. Leaves it for Svoboda. Still no shots on goal in this game as Benoit Hogue maneuvers to center. We're just past the 5-minute mark. Alfredsson scoops up the puck. He'll take on Svoboda. He fires a save by Schwab. And Hogue lands a hit on Alfredsson behind the net. Traverse left it for Alfredsson. Centers in front, and it's in tight on Johansson. He couldn't handle it. He was handcuffed by the pass, and it's eased down the ice by Svoboda. Icing the call against Tampa Bay.
I know Jacques was very concerned with this first period, obviously after playing that game in Montreal, but and then busing over here. In fact, it was a kind of an easy bus ride over here.
Sure was.
Less than 2 hours. I think that the driver that we had, I'm not too sure all 4 wheels were on the ground at one time he was going so quickly. But nonetheless, Lightning got here rather early, got a good night's sleep, and did not skate this morning because of the distance to go from the hotel here to the Corral Center. And the first period was always the one that you kind of sit on pins and needles.
Zameter tied up trying to get out to cover the point. He was tripped as Traverse maneuvered toward the net. That's exactly the play the Lightning felt there should have been a call on in the winning goal in Toronto Monday night, as he was interfered with by Modine, who ended up tipping home the shot for the goal. But Magnus Arvidsson gets caught here.
Well, you see right here is where the play happens, right there, and you see as he tried, and that wasn't even as blatant as the one that Modine did in Toronto, but nonetheless it's going to be an interference call, and the Lightning will get their second power play. They did not have a shot on goal the first one.
So the faceoff comes outside of the Lightning zone. They call it obstruction tripping to Arvidsson. It's a 2-minute power play. Nevertheless, for the Lightning, as Clark fires it in. Sharp carom to Tugnutt. Tucker trying to shovel it in deep, but it's played back through center ice by Lokinen. Svoboda, who played almost 29 minutes last night. That's been about his average with his new team, and it will be interesting to see how Jacques manages the ice time with the older fellas like Samuelsson and Svoboda and some of the other guys. He rode some hard trying to go for that win last night, where the Lightning were tied 1-1 in the second period before the Canadiens took over. And the puck comes all the way back to Corey Schwab. 1:17 left in Arvidsson's penalty. Svoboda. Ahead for Selivanov. Checked by McEachron. Held up by York at the line. And Svoboda played it in offside. We're under that delayed signal as the Senators are allowed to move it out. And Radek Bonk takes the pass. And he's in no hurry as the Lightning get a new unit on. Bruce Gardner cuts in. Forced wide by Tucker. Encounters Bannister. Vinny Lecavalier gets a little work in this power play with 45 seconds left to run on it. And the Senators are doing an excellent job in killing off the time. Penalty killing's been a real strength for them during the 6-game unbeaten streak. A real key in their most recent win, a 2-0 shutout in Detroit against the Red Wings by Tugnutt. Richer kicks at the puck. It comes to McEachron. He'll clear it out. So the Lightning get 2 early power play chances. They've yet to get a shot on the net here with 7.5 minutes gone in the first period. 10 seconds left in the penalty. Mike McBain shoots it in. Tugnutt sets it up back of the goal. Jason York is there. And he'll send it off the boards and out of play with 4 seconds remaining on the penalty to Arvidsson.
Well, Vinny Lecavalier was a little disappointed in his performance last night. There so much was made, of course, coming back to Montreal for the first time in an NHL uniform and having all those friends and family and former teammates there. And he himself said that he rushed everything. He didn't utilize his wingers very well. He just did not play the kind of game that he kind of visualized when he went in there. And hopefully that's something you can learn from, and which he will. He's a young guy. You know, not too many young guys would admit to that fact.
Well, he'll look on now as Gratton's unit with Anderson and Salmon in the wings back out against Alexei Yashin as Cullimore comes back to center with it, and Arvidsson leaves the box. Ottawa's back to full strength. Still scoreless with a pass by Cullimore that went by everybody and carries the length, and we'll get a icing called against Tampa Bay. Shots are 1-0 Ottawa. No score here as we near the 8-minute mark of play. Lightning take on the Stars at 7:05. Bring at least 2 non-perishable food items to the game. Receive a $6 discount coupon. All proceeds benefit the Divine Providence Food Bank. For more info, call the Lightning office at 813-229-2658. Mikhail Anderson trying to get it by Sammy Salo. Big young defenseman who goes 6'3" and 210. Pass stolen by Gratton. And the Senators get it again as Dackel redirects it in deep in the zone. Samuelsson back. Dackel waiting to steal. McEachron, who's been red hot with 11 goals in his last 14 games, checked by Samuelsson. Dackel down to Yashin. Trying to muscle it out in front. Good match for size with Jason Cullimore. And McEachron is chased away from the front of the net by Samuelsson. Strong one-on-one play by the Lightning defense. Sammy Salo around for Kravchuk. His pass deflected by Gratton, and it comes back to the Lightning zone. Mario Larocque tripped up by Yashin. Down he went as Johansson centers, deflected out in front. Alfredsson trying to get it on goal. His shot is knocked down by Schwab. Sillinger. Lightning getting a line change going. Sillinger dumps it in. Sandy McCarthy will try to pressure the Senators in deep along with Benoit Hogue. York encounters Sillinger. They were once teammates, and Steve, you noted before the game they were traded together from the Red Wings to Anaheim a couple of years back.
Well, we talked about one of the keys to the game is to really make sure that you play a solid defensive game. And you know, there hasn't been a whole lot of shots on goal, but I want to really show you the nice defensive play on the part of Samuelsson and Cullimore. Here's Cullimore right here, and then watch Samuelsson over here after the play's over. You see Cullimore just making sure that Yashin doesn't get around him. Samuelsson does the same thing. If we're playing basketball, you'd call that excellent blocking out.
Prospal knocked over by Larocque. Mario in a back-to-back situation, coming off mononucleosis. His first experience in the NHL, and he got some help from Sillinger there and stripping Prospal of the puck and saving a breakaway. There will be a penalty, however, as Hogue takes over on the pass, and Koharski whistles a tripping call at 9:37 to the Lightning.
Well, neither Sillinger or Larocque have made a move to the penalty box, and I think it will be, though, Larocque who's going to get the call. Right here you see there's the slash right there, and then Sillinger got the puck, Larocque got the skates of Prospal, and the Lightning will be shorthanded for the first time tonight.
Coaches felt Mario hung in there pretty well, certainly acquitted himself well in his NHL debut, and you had to be concerned about how well he could hit. He obviously, being out for a month, in the weight room for a week, then on the ice for the week, still trying to gain his strength and his weight back, and he stuck his nose right in there physically with the Canadiens last night.
Will also be another test tonight, coming back to back.
Yeah.
They didn't want to play him a whole lot last night because of that fact, and obviously they want to ease him into this game as well.
Rob Zaminer pressures Salo. Yashin will get things underway. Sammy Salo, who is not related to Tommy Salo of the Islanders. In fact, Tommy is a Swede and Sammy Salo is a Finn. Same last name, different nationality. And the puck is driven down the ice by Zaminer. 30 seconds gone on the penalty. Salo drives it in. Around for Dackel. He encounters Bannister. Yashin checked by Anderson. McEachran bumped in that corner. Dackel moves it to Alexei Yashin. Kravchuk creates a little space for the power play. His pass in front deflected, and Anderson gets it out ahead for Stefan Richer. Penalty time down to 57 seconds. Shots are 2-0 Ottawa here with 9:15 to go in the first period. Pass blocked by Richer. Kravchuk gets it back, looks for Yashin. It's behind him. Svoboda trying to get there ahead of Johansson. Does. Joe Samuelson will just sail it down the ice.
Well, both teams have had excellent penalty killing here in the first half of the game.
Alfredson maneuvers in, trying to swing around wide on Svoboda and chase down that puck. He's held up as Samuelson got to it. Sillinger supports the play. Johansson bats it back of the goal. Svoboda shovels it back through center. We're down to 16 seconds on the Mario Larocque penalty. Here comes Prospal. Drops it for Johansson. Leads it to the point. York's drive is blocked. Johansson picks it up. Trying to get on the wraparound. Still in the backhand. He's belted by Sillinger. Penalties over. Larocque is back on. Here's Redden shooting. Deflected off the post by Alfredson. He's belted by Gratton. The Senators hold it in. Schwab wants a whistle. He's playing with a defenseman's stick. His stick's over behind him. And Schwab finally brings it into the chaos. No score here in the first.
You see the score and the time in the first period. Both teams with a power play opportunities have not had a shot on goal, but there's one came awful close. The low shot by Wade Redden, and Alfredson just about got it past Schwab. It hit the goalpost, but a nice low shot by Wade Redden.
Bonk with his pass taken over by Svoboda. Arvidsson, 200-pound winger, works the boards. Dumped by Svoboda. Selovanov couldn't get it by Lokinen. Now Bonk works it to Arvidsson. Chipped away by Janney. Craig, who sat out last night's game, back in the lineup tonight. That puck deflects in behind Curtis Bell, the Lightning trainer, on the bench. Last thing we need is to get him hurt.
Well, 7:50 remaining in this first period. Only 2 shots on goal, both coming from Ottawa. And then one of the things that we expected, at least I did anyway, Rick, was the fact that Ottawa was going to come out and really be flying. They're coming off a tremendous victory in Detroit on Wednesday night, where they shut out the Red Wings at Joe Louis Arena. You think they'd be sky high, but they haven't gotten on track at all here tonight.
But batted in front by Hossa, knocked out of the crease area. Marian Hossa deals it now to Arvidsson. Works against Janney one-on-one. Janney getting some help from Svoboda. Down goes Arvidsson. Janney skates off of the puck. Selivanov waits at center. Now the puck is chipped away and into the Lightning bench. And let's check in downstairs with Pierce.
All right, thank you very much. Corey Cross out for the second game in a row with a sprained ankle. First of all, Corey, how is the ankle? Will you be able to play Sunday in New York against the Rangers?
Well, right now we're just taking it day by day, and there wasn't much, little bit of improvement today, but we'll just have to wait and see. Got to rest tomorrow, and then we'll see for the afternoon game.
Now, sitting up in the press box gives you a little bit different of a perspective. What do you see up there, especially with the Lightning right now?
Last game we were a little hesitant, and we didn't play our best game, that's for sure. But I definitely wouldn't be a scout because I say a lot better down here.
Okay, and how's the food up there in the press box?
The hot dogs were all right yesterday.
All right, just checking. Back upstairs.
Would take Pierce to ask about the food. He's 22 times a day.
That's right. This charter company taking us to New York tonight better be ready with a few extra meals. And good to hear Corey Cross confirming what everyone in the league has always believed. The hot dogs in Montreal are always top notch. The Shen shows. Here's Chris Gratton, 2-on-1, fires, saved by Tugnutt. Down he goes, sitting on the rebound before Mikhail Anderson could get there.
It looked like it was going to be a 2-on-1 developing as the Senators were caught in the center ice area where Gratton took the puck away. Right here's where you see the puck will spring loose. Now you see the play 2-on-1 with Anderson and Gratton taking the shot from the top of the circle. That's the one thing the Lightning haven't done a whole lot of is shoot that puck more. They try working it in too close. That time Gratton just gunned that shot. Almost found the 5-hole on Ron Tugnutt, and that's the first shot on goal for the Lightning. Took them 13 minutes and 2 seconds.
Gratton out there in this faceoff against Gardner, who's been evicted from the draw by Darren Gibbs. And it will be Sean Van Allen opposing Chris. It's tapped to the corner, where York is there for. Eases it up the boards. Pellemore slows up Gardner. Samuelson's back. Pellemore guides it by Lecavalier. The Senators hop on that opportunity. Van Allen sends it off the side of the goal. Gardner has it. Back to Sean Van Allen. Throws it in front. It's steered away by Schwab. Samuelson's locked up there with Chris Murray. Loose puck back of the goal. Gardner has it. Lecavalier stays with him. Richer picks off the pass and very deftly stick handles around a couple of Senators, and he'll send it down the ice. Richer, of course, from the province of Quebec, but really his hometown. Ripon is about 40 minutes up the Rideau Canal from here. So
he said about a 45-minute skate with the way he skates.
That'd be a pretty good workout. Traverse, his pass stolen by Lecavalier. Alfredsson gets it back. Scooped up by Lokinen. Schwab steps out to handle it. Knocked down by Prospel. Throws it in behind the net. Johansson tied up effectively by Bannister. Johansson's been a pleasant addition with 15 goals. Joining this team, as I mentioned, as a free agent. He gets the puck out in front. Down he goes. Two members of the Lightning take him down. Puck still up for grabs, and it's cleared out. Lecavalier from the seat of his pants. Now we get a penalty called from action out in front of Corey Schwab. We get a whistle here for an icing call, and a holding penalty will come up here against Drew Bannister at 14:41.
Well, he's going to call a holding call on Bannister. He's just ticking up where he left off last night in Montreal, this guy. Holding. Give Ottawa their second power play. They're fighting for the puck. Just pay attention right here. Bannister and
I think that last little move was what he
pushed
called.
Him down. Referees had their say. We'd be watching ice capades with hockey sticks.
Yeah, I don't think he had a penalty in mind there until LeCavalier cleared that puck, and you just saw out of the corner of your screen Johansson being taken down once and for all. Grattan wins the faceoff. Lightning had 2 power play chances. Now Ottawa gets its second in succession, and the Lightning clear. Good pressure by Grattan, who didn't kill many penalties when he was a member of the Lightning on his first stint. And they get a whistle here with 5:03 to go in the period. 1:44 in the penalty.
Well, Jacques likes to use his players and give them all kinds of ice time, give them all kinds of situations to work at. And mainly, I think he needs them out there for those face-offs in the defensive zone and offensive zone. And see now where he's made the switch now because it's in the neutral zone. But he likes to see players in different roles, and hopefully they'll respond to the responsibility that he's shown them or given them.
McEachran drives the puck in around for Yashin. Dackel there to McEachran. The Boston area native in for Yashin. Quick centering pass comes all the way to Kravchuk, shooting, and it's eye level for Schwab to grab and hang on with 1:23 to go on the penalty to Bannister.
You know, Jacques Martin, we talked about him using this 2-goalie system, and they've asked him how he determines who comes in to play in that. He says he uses all kinds of statistics, hunches, whatever it is, but he says I'm going to stay with Tugnutt because he's hot right now. But you know, he also said if I probably had a goalie like Hasek, he says I don't think I'd have the 2-goalie system. But he says I really firmly believe in a 2-goalie system. He feels that each goaltender feeds off one another and pushes the other goalie to play better.
York watched by Tucker. Wade Redden moves it now to Alfredsson. Prospel as Johansson in front, finds him, and the shot blocked by McBain. A very alert reaction by Mike McBain. Prospel into Johansson centering. Alfredsson stopped twice by Corey Schwab, and the puck rolls out in front once again. Svoboda gets rid of it and clears it down the ice. Great stops there by Schwab with under a minute to go in the penalty.
Well, we've seen Alfredsson only with 3 goals and wonder why. He's usually up and around he's in double figures at this time, but maybe he's been getting stung by good goaltending all year long. Of course, he's been hurt a lot as well.
Yeah, had a knee injury, then 2 weeks later got conked in the head by a stick by Sean Brown of the Oilers, who got suspended on it. Here's Hogue stealing a pass. Redden back. He's got Sillinger going to the net, shooting it. Tugnutt with a save. He hangs on and now has to play it. Boy, you talk about Alfredsson in bad luck. Mike Sillinger getting chances, and a great one there, but deflecting it into Tugnutt, who makes the save. And Mike looking to break through with a goal. Here's Yashin. Feeds it to Sano, wristing it. Saved by Schwab. It just rolled wide. He tumbles over, finds the puck. We get a whistle. Samuelsson and Alfredsson push and shove, and everybody calms down with a penalty over to Drew Bannister, and the Lightning back to full strength.
Well, this is one of the few power plays that had a shot on it, but the thing you got to watch is a nice play by Hogue. Look at how he moved up and anticipated that pass across the blue line and took it down. Now watch Redden. Redden plays it nicely, and he just tries to get it over to Sillinger. Sillinger couldn't get a whole lot on the backhand, but you see, look at Tugnutt. He is following that play right on. He's following it perfectly. His concentration levels are high, and that's why Jacques Martin's riding the back of Ron Tugnutt right now. He is hot.
Well, he and Damian Rhodes each have had a chance to start through the past couple of years. It was Tugnutt who was red hot, nearly pulling off a playoff upset in the first round against Buffalo 2 years ago. And then last year, Damian Rhodes earned the shot down the stretch, and he was red hot in upsetting the New Jersey Devils in the first round.
2:46 remains in this first period. We're scoreless. The Lightning, Ottawa had 2 shots on goal on their power play. So both teams have had 2 power play opportunities, and Ottawa's the only one to come up with any kind of offense on it. We saw Corey Schwab make tremendous saves on that, and it was off of the stick of Alfredsson, who we saw hit the post in another power play opportunity.
York working with Redden. Clark in forechecking. Alfredsson's pass. Prospel takes it Gets the line, trying to move in on Larocque. His shot was deflected by Svoboda, who finds the rebound in front, and he chips it ahead to Janney. He's got Clark digging down the off-wing side. Janney trying to leave it. No one there to take it but Daniel Alfredson, who turns it right around to Vinny Prospal. Svoboda, his old Flyer teammate, back. Here's Alfredson shooting, and it's tipped wide. Prospal with a pass into some skates, centered. Now McEachran backhands it. Schwab got his left leg pad on that. Alfredson leaves it in the corner. Prospal feeds it to York, shooting, and it's scooped up at Schwab, who will hang on and settle things down with 2 minutes to go in the period.
Well, they broke up that ice, and Alex Selivanov came back really hard to take away that scoring opportunity, but Ottawa stayed with the puck and was able to get a pretty good chance in a spin around shot by McEachran, who's had a pretty good play as well. This is the breakup and the rush, and the player you got to watch is right here. Comes back Selivanov. See how hard he come back and took away Prospal's opportunity, and now watch McEachran spin and turn and shoot the puck, and Schwab had to make a big save, but a good defensive play by Alex Selivanov.
Chief, you made the point last night how much offense is generated by plays like that when the forwards come back. Coach after coach, we've heard Jacques Demers talking about it, and Jacques Martin, the open, about how his forwards help out his defense. It's dirty work. It's gritty work. It's grunt work. But it really produces results, and it's constantly preached to players. That is the line that Wendell Clark keeps talking about. The line where you have to really play hard both ends of the ice in order to come up with a victory. You can't just be doing it one end and not the other. Here's Zamaner trying to pop it in front. Anderson with him. He's checked by Salo. Both defensemen in that Ottawa corner. Zamaner waits for the puck to come free. Grattan fires. It's gloved by Tugnutt. He'll take a whistle. Here's a guy that hopes they could get on track as well, Zamaner. In fact, there's a lot of forwards they hope can get on track. The only guy that really has been producing any kind of points in a consistent manner has been Wendell Clark all year long. We're seeing Selivanov come to life to a lesser degree. Lecavalier certainly with 5 points in his last 7 games, but there's got to be other support in there. Grattan, an example of trying to generate something from a bad angle along the boards right there. Just put it on the net. At the very least, he gets a face-off, and he knows he's been winning them. Yep. The Senators take this one, though. It's Lokinen, who quietly has developed into a very solid defenseman. Traverse drives it in. Schwab out to fire it away. Can't get it by Gardner. He centers. Van Allen couldn't pull the trigger. Now does in the second attempt, and it's covered by Schwab. I invite you to tune in on Sunday afternoon. Sunshine Network will have coverage of the Lightning and the Rangers. The puck drops at 1:30 p.m. live here on Sunshine Network. Look at Wayne Gretzky and company. They're a much improved team. In fact, they've even changed a lot of personnel since the start of the year, mainly on defense. They've added Peter Nedved to give them some more scoring up front. You have the 6 teams out of the playoff picture in the East. They're the closest to a playoff spot before action tonight. 6 points behind the Penguins, the Senators, and the Hurricanes are there at 43 points, but they're leading the Southeast Division. They're technically the number 3 seed. Here's Hulse, centering pass right to Hogue. A minute to go in the period. Hogue winds, fires, saved by Tugnutt. Arvidsson put it behind the net. Marian Hossa, who starred for Portland. They were the Memorial Cup champions last year. In fact, he got hurt during the finals, ripped his knee up. It's been a long rehab for him. Arvidsson cut off down the boards by Svoboda. Radek Bonk flips it in deep to Hossa. Taken by Svoboda. Hogue has the puck. 25 seconds remaining in the period. Arvidsson digs it loose. Hossa sends it out in front, and Bonk and Arvidsson both reached for it. Couldn't get a stick on it. Centering pass. Schwab knocked it away, and it's spun wide by Hossa. Driven away by Tucker and out. 7 seconds remaining in the period. Wade Redden will just back things up. and play it safe. That's the Ottawa way. And there's the horn ending the first period of play. Very few shots on goal, though each club had 2 power play opportunities. The shots were just 9-3 Ottawa. And they generated only 2 shots in their 2 opportunities, and they blanked the Lightning on their 2 chances as the Lightning head for the dressing room. At the end of 1. Coming up, Pierce will visit with Cliff Fletcher. And we'll have a look at highlights. We'll provide some analysis. Look at out-of-town schedules as well. Here between periods, as the Lightning and the Senators involved in a 0-0 tie through 20 minutes of play themselves for the second period of play. And we're underway as it's Gratton's line against Alexei Yashin and company to start this period as they started the game. Kjell Samuelsson. The pass around for Mikael Anderson. Throws it across to Gratton, winding and firing, and it's tipped wide by Jason York. Anderson back for Gratton. Chris hooks it to Zamaner. He'll tip it to Kjell Samuelsson. Gratton has it once more, sends it off the side of the goal. Here's Anderson trying to walk in front, and down he goes. The puck backhanded away by McEachran. Anderson stays with the play, comes up with it once again, throws it off the side of the net. York leaves it in the corner. Zamaner's there for it. Wade Redden out of the wing, and it's tipped by McEachran behind Samuelsson. Tullamore came over for it. Sean McEachran backhands it in deep. Schwab has Marian Hossa digging in on him. Gratton takes it. Robson off. Zamaner fires. It's steered away by Tugnutt. Hossa takes it in stride. Bonk backhands it in deep in the zone. Svoboda has it. Peter played 9.5 minutes as usual in that first period. Like the battery bunny. He just keeps going. He's got the shot through, and Tugnutt had to make a save there. Mike McBain gonna flip it into Janney. He's got Clark with him. Janney cuts in, waits, shoots, and it's deflected over the net. McCarthy met by Kravchuk. Dug out by Bonk. Bonk, the 3rd pick in the 1994 draft, as we said in the open. They've hit with Yashin, but Bonk, they're still waiting for him to develop. Outlet knocked down by Alfredsson. McCarthy. And it's pried loose by Vinny Prospel. Andreas Johansson winding, firing, and Schwab got a piece of it. Centered by Traverse, and Schwab spryly got up to stop that pass. And the Lightning just get it out of there. Jani Lokinen, long lead. Patrick Traverse relays it. Alfredsson circles back, hooks it toward the net, scooped up by Schwab. He's got Prospel right there with him.
Well, throughout this trip, the Lightning have played in buildings that have very lively end boards behind their goaltender, and not probably more lively than the Toronto Maple Leaf Cardinals. But take a look at this one here. Big shot that misses. Now see, watch how he has to get back into that corner because Patrick Traverse comes really over quickly. That puck came off those end boards rather quickly. Schwab had to be out there cutting the angle down, but he had to get also back to that goalpost, or else Traverse had a wide open net for the rebound off the end board.
Well, they like to pinch in that right point. It's Traverse or York or somebody's. He's in deep all night long from that position. Put a little extra pressure offensively with the defenseman moving in. It's McEachran on this face-off. Controlling it back to Yashin, wristing it, fended off by Schwab. McEachran on the rebound, grabbed by Sillinger, and Sillinger kicked the puck free to Alex Selivanov. Kind of slipped by Lokinen, dumps it in. Big Traverse, who goes 6'4" and just over 200 pounds, there to play it. He was a member of Jay Feaster's Hershey Bears last season. Long pass for Dackel. Tullamore stepped up to drop him with a hit. Benoit Hogue has a clear path to skate it out. His pass, though, picked off by Dackel. In for McEachran. Cutting in, dropping it. Yashin fires. Saved by Schwab. And Tullamore gets rid of it for Selivanov. Bad turnover there at the blue line, especially with McEachran and Yashin. One of the best 1-2 combos going in the league right there. Redden Chips it wide. Bannister plays it. Chris Murray landed a hit. Play kept in by Van Allen. Bannister battles to get to the puck. Murray looks for him on the hit. Drop to the point. The shot by Yorka, saved by Schwab. Senators hang on to it. Van Allen. Cullimore takes it. Solomonov trying to get it out. They finally do. Redden is back. Gardner plays it ahead now. It's Chris Murray trying for the shot. It's deflected away by LeCavalier. Samuelson drives it up the boards. Kravchuk pursued by Richer. Here's LeCavalier in a steal. Then he walks in, trying to drop it back. He thought he had somebody with him. He didn't. And it's Hossa. Checked by Richer. Encounters Samuelson. Arvidsson bumped by Samuelson. Shell got him up near the face. Arvidsson was reaching up there, but he continues as Bonk circles. He is forced to center by Shell Samuelson. What reach and what strength and what leverage. He just muscled him right out of the zone. Samuelson flips it down the boards. Handled by Kravchuk. Arvidsson waits for the zone to clear. He re-enters. Hands it off to Hossa. Couldn't get the shot on the net. And LeCavalier worked it free. Now we're going to get a penalty as Samuelson tied up Arvidsson. And Kuharski will send him off in a scoreless tie in the second.
Played just about 5 minutes in the second period. But what we're watching is look at the stick right here. See how he's just put the stick out there? He's not hooking him. He's just laying the stick out there, forcing Bonk to try and make the play. But this is the one he calls the hooking. Here's the difference, was that he had the hook of the blade of the stick around the body. And I guess you can't have two good plays in a row. Anyway, Lightning shorthanded third time.
Arvidsson almost forgot to fall down. Third power play for Ottawa. They've had 2 shots so far in their first 2 chances. Here's McEachran scampering into the zone. He's beaten across that line by Alfredson. We get a whistle. 22 seconds gone on the penalty. Jacques Demers, Paulin Bourdelot encouraging the troops from the bench. We've talked to Jacques many times. We heard from Cliff Fletcher about the improvements that will be made, the patience that has to be demonstrated to get the kind of improvement that we've seen from Ottawa over the past 3-4 years. And that learning curve is always continuing. Chief, you mentioned that they didn't come out strong as expected, coming off perhaps one of the most important wins in the history of the franchise, getting them to 6 games over 500. Maybe that's where their learning curve is at. They really haven't found out how good they are.
You would think, you know, that's the one thing. You come off that big win against Detroit, but right now, and it's been said that they will sometimes play to the level of their opponent. That's maybe what they're experiencing right now.
Alfredson, the puck rolling to the empty corner. Just remnants of a broken stick left there, and Lightning captain Rob Zaminer slams it off the boards and down the ice. Lightning have taken care of 105 of the penalty. But it's all part of the growth of teams like Ottawa, obviously ahead of the pace of the Tampa Bay Lightning. And we spoke the other night about the Lightning making changes, getting the people in place to play together. And now you've got to learn things like playing with a lead and finishing off a team. It's all part of that development. Anderson back to steal a pass. He'll clear. Here's Kravchuk. You heard him getting the call from Tugnut as to how much time was left on the penalty. Possible. Now to Johansson. Passing deep to Prospel as head coach Jacques Demers looks on. The shot for the point, grabbed by Schwab. Somehow he saw it through that forest of sticks. As Jacques watches the action from the Lightning bench. It's sent in by Bannister, and Sammy Sano back. Prospel out to Johansson. Grattan plays it back to center. Kravchuk handles it as the penalties expired, and the Lightning have killed 3 Ottawa power plays to keep this game scoreless. Mario Larocque back for the puck. Around for McCarthy. Lokinen works with Traverse. Hossa. Bannister stepped up to land a hit on him. Larocque back for it. Bonk trying to crunch him along the boards. Janney stick handles across the Ottawa line. Drops it. Cullimore shoots it. Rockets it wide. A big rebound behind Tugnut. Came out the other side. Lokinen. Hossa neatly tips it to Traverse. On the move, it's Arvidsson. Janney back defensively. The pass to Bonk. Couldn't get the shot on the net. Cullimore meets him in the corner. Arvidsson centers. Hossa robbed by Corey Schwab. What a save there. 12:08 to go in the second period. He keeps it scoreless.
We're still scoreless here at the Corral Center just outside Ottawa, but boy, what a great chance Marian Hossa had. And Corey Schwab, we saw him do that to Alfredsson in the first period. He's done it here in the second period to that young man. And with 12:08 remaining, we're scoreless.
Shots are 6-2 Ottawa here in the second. 15-5 for the game thus far. Well, Corey Schwab, Chief mentioned early on, he got the win over Ottawa in this building in December, and he makes they score. It's McEachran firing it home off the centering pass. Schwab nearly got that one, but McEachran, who's been red hot, finished the play to get Ottawa on the board.
Boy, one thing you can't do, you can't let the guy get behind you. Right here, you watch him. See how he gets behind you, gets in front right through the hole? And you got to make sure you stay in front of him again and keep him away from your goalie. You got to stay between him and the goalie. They don't do that. And McEachran finds the hole, gets the pass, puts the puck away, and finally they get a goal. Ottawa 1-0 here with McEachran. And McEachran picks up number 19 on the year.
Andreas Dackel with the feed. And McEachran, his coach Jacques Martin says this is the best hockey he's ever played. He once had as many as 28 goals his first full year in the league in Pittsburgh, but he's well on a pace to bust that wide open. Examiner trying to get one back, flips it behind the net. Samuelsson pinches in. It's tapped by Richer, controlled by Redden. Now Van Allen dumps it across to York. Out for Murray. Samuelsson tapped it away to LeCavalier. Redden angles it into the zone behind Gardner. Now Samuelsson meets up with Murray. Bruce Gardner takes it. Salo back to Murray. LeCavalier throws a hit on Gardner. Won the battle for the puck. Sends it out to Richer. Tucker's with him. Richer met at the line by Kravchuk.
Now he walks right in. Here's the quick shot. What Schwab was upset about is he's saying Alfredsson is right on top of Schwab. Nobody was near him, but he was on top of him. That's what they're talking about. See, he gets hit first. Watch right in here. He gets hit first, all right? Now he's still standing there. Now he goes away. Now he gets on top of him and then reaches over to reach the puck. That's what Schwab's upset about. He's saying that it was goaltending interference, but the one thing Schwab forgot to remember was that puck's in the goal crease, and you can go after it any way you can to get it. And Alfredsson gets goal number 4, and it is now a 2-0 lead, Ottawa.
They're 1 for 4 in the power play. As Clark at center is checked. It's chopped by Murray back into the zone. Bannister drives it around for Sandy McCarthy. Clark looks to pressure Traverse. Janney centers for McCarthy off the blade of his stick. It comes to Svoboda. Janney slips one check, can't center out in front. They get it in deep to Janney. Looks for Clark in front. Traverse got there in time to prevent the pass. Janney centers for Clark, turns, fires, blocked at the defense by Patrick Traverse, and it's cleared out by Lokinen. Alfredsson's 4th, assisted by Yashin and Redden at 12:30. The scoring play for Ottawa with a man advantage.
Well, he struggled, as we pointed out, just picking up his 4th goal, but he's had a couple of pretty good chances in this game, and he's been robbed by Corey Schwab as well as the goalpost, but this time he finally gets one. Alfredsson at one time was the only guy that you could count on for any kind of offense on this team. Now you're getting it from McEachran, you're getting it from Yashin. We talked about the Ottawa Senators. Coming into tonight's game, they've scored 111 goals, which puts them third behind Toronto with 123 and New Jersey with 112. It's all in the East, of course, but Toronto is the highest scoring team in the league at this point.
Puck comes to Cullimore. Taps it toward the corner. Tucker trying to get to it. Checked by Kravchuk. And the Senators clear the zone. The race is on for the puck now. Arvidsson gets to it. Can't center, though. He tried to act quickly to find Marian Hossa out in front. The Lightning control, and they'll send the Senators back. Kravchuk pursued by Richer. Sano off of the stick of Hossa. It's tipped to center. Hossa stick handles in and fires. A save by Schwab. He'll hang on. Lightning fans, flex plans are now available. Create your own in-season 5-game package. For information on this offer and other ticket offers, call 813-229-8800.
Right now, the Lightning are going to get quick changes. I think you might find the coaching staff will really shuffle the players in and out of the box very quickly here in the last part of this second period, and even more so in that third period, especially because of that game last night in Montreal.
Shots are 20-6 Ottawa. Prosper wins the faceoff. Redden fires it across to York. Chops it out in front. Alfredsson occupied by the rock. Johansson shoots. Saved by Schwab on that rising wrist shot. Redden in for the point. His pass taken over by Zamaner. He'll clear it out. Shots are 11-3 Ottawa here in the second period. Prosper. His pass deflected back to Mario Larocque. The 20-year-old with a pass knocked down by Johansson. Here's Prosper. Over to Andreas Johansson. Waiting. Goes backhand. Hit the post. Backhanded it over the fallen Schwab off the post. And it stayed out. They center in the goal mouth. And Schwab is able to cover there. Now Gratton and Alfredsson push and shove behind the net.
Well, I tell you what. Alfredsson had all the time in the world to take that shot. He'll get the pass from Vinny Prospo, and watch how they wait. Being right off the crossbar. Excuse me, that wasn't Alfredsson. That was Johansson.
Ottawa getting its game together here in the second period. And building a 2-0 lead with 5:19 remaining. Janney opposes Yashin on this faceoff. Tackles, gets to it in the corner. Big Alexei Yashin centers, and McEachran couldn't pull the trigger. He was checked by Clark as well as Cullimore. Janney maneuvers in, and Yashin took the puck away. Long lead for the waiting McEachran. Firing, scores! In the blink of an eye, the Senators move from defense to offense to a 3-0 lead.
(15:09), and you'll watch how they'll intercept the pass at the blue line very quickly. Here you see McEachran way up here. Now watch him take the shot right at the top of the circle, right through the 5-hole. And McEachran gets his second of the night, 20th of the year. Yashin picks up his second assist again. Remember how many times we talk about that area 3 feet after the blue line and 3 feet before the blue line. You can't turn the puck over there. The Lightning did. It results in the third goal.
McEachran hits the 20-goal mark for that one. He had 24 last season. Here's Lokinen leading the charge. Yashin down to McEachran, shooting, blocked by Bannister. He's a little shaken up after that play. Clark taps the puck to center. Janney Gonna work it into Clark. Andreas Dackel, however, takes the puck away. Yashin, the only assist on that goal as he took the puck away from Janney. Here's Murray cutting into the wing, forced wide by McBain. McBain stays with him. Svoboda involved as well. Yashin muscles it out in front against two Lightning checkers. Finally, Sillinger stayed with him to work it away. McCarthy has Clark going to the net. The pass is just by Wendell's stick and wide. Sillinger into McCarthy. Bumped by Kravchuk, keeps working it back to Larocque. Firing save by Tugnut. No rebound with Sillinger right there. Under 4 minutes to go in the second. It's 3-0 Senators. Chief, referring back to that Alfredsson goal, I'm just checking the rule book. They say a minor penalty is assessed to a player of the attacking side who, having been interfered with, fails to avoid making contact with the goalkeeper. Doesn't say anything about in the crease, out of the crease. In addition, if a goal is scored, it shall be disallowed. That certainly had to be the basis for Schwab's argument, because Alfredsson, you could see in that replay, made no attempt
to get off
to avoid the contact.
And to get off him.
Yep.
That's the point. And I think he had a valid point there, but it doesn't work that way. You don't even get the calls when you're struggling.
To the meager totals for Alfredsson. Last couple of years, a contract holdout and a succession of injuries have really dampened his progress. Keith mentioned he used to be the guy you could count on, and now a lot of people around him have been getting their game together. Here's Hogue trying to work it toward the net. Knocked down by Kravchuk. Gardner around to Sammy Salo. He'll chip it out to center. Svoboda will open things up with Samuelson. They miss Selovanov at center, and it carries the length. Icing the call.
This is what we're talking about when you take a look. Redden will come in, and the thing that we're saying is that watch the play right here. See how Samuelson stands there. Now he moves. Now he moves. Now you see Samuelson. Look at Alfredsson still holding down on him. That's what they're talking about. That's what was upsetting to Schwab. He was not pushed down on him. He wasn't held down on him. He was just standing there. Then they moved away. He falls on top of the goalie and reaches over top of the goalie to score the goal.
I'm looking at that play, and I'm looking at that rule in the rule book. That's the exact definition, I think, of that penalty. But not how it was called, and that made it 2-0. McEachran has scored again to make it 3-0. Schwab holds up play with 3:11 to go in the second.
That's Vinny Pospisil, who they got here from Philadelphia on a trade for Alexander Daigle, but he might be going on as well. There's talk about Robert Reichel coming here from the New York Islanders, and the guy they might be giving up to get him is Pospisil. That'd be kind of a big move for the Islanders. Reichel is their leading scorer at this point. I think they want to cut down on the salaries because of all the money they gave Palfy.
Pospisil shoots it in. Sillinger and Samuelson combine to work it free. Here comes Hogue. He'll flip it in toward Tugnut. Redden wins the race and leaves it for Pospisil. We were talking before the game, Chief. We couldn't believe how big Vinny Pospisil was.
Really tall.
Here's Selovanov on a steal. Roars in with Sillinger. Goes forehand to save. Sillinger shoots. Oh, he's robbed by Tugnut. Oh, his glove had to be right at the line. Sillinger saying it was inside the net. Mike doing anything for a goal right now, and he should have had one there, but Ron Tugnut had his number.
I'll tell you what, he might have something. I looked at it. It really looked close, and he grabbed it from behind the goal line. I think they're going to go upstairs and look.
They will check.
And here's Selovanov coming in and taking the quick shot. There's the first save. Now you know what? Stop it there. Stop it. See, here's the post. Was that glove behind the goal line? Really close. I'll tell you what. It looks like it was in behind the goal line. You might see it on the overhead. What you got to watch now is the goal line and where he catches the puck. There's the first save. Now watch the goal line and the glove at the same time. This is what they're going to look. Here's a quick shot. Was that Ooh, look at that now. Hold it. Stop it there. Here's the line. As you can see, the line's right here. The glove. Is it behind it? That's what that goal judge has to determine. It sure looks like it from our angle.
Louis Therrien is the man with that responsibility, with the help of John D'Amico, NHL supervisor, on the scene, as Don Koharski discussed the situation with the men upstairs.
You get that overhead look. It looks very close for it to being in behind that goal.
And of course, for them to rule it a goal, they will rule it that way if it is conclusive evidence in their view. And
again, the thing of it is too, you know, that puck was caught in the webbing of the glove, and the webbing of the glove is a lot further back too than the palm of the glove. It's another thing they got to make sure that they make the right correct decision on.
And how close is it? This should tell you just the time it's taking to get a decision on it. How close that is.
Well, boy, I'll tell you what, that was great reflexes on the part of Tugnut. Even if it does end up being a goal, he made a tremendous save on the first shot by Selivanov, and then to get in position and make that catching hand get over there that quickly. It is a goal.
And it's a goal. Mike Sillinger gets his first goal since April the 9th, ending a 40-game goalless stretch.
Take a look at the overhead again. And what we got you to do is that's the first shot. Nice save. And watch Tugnut stay in control and then come back. Stop it there. You see it. Here's the goal line right here. Okay. There's the glove. And the puck is in this part of the goal right there. That's right under the crossbar even. That's in the webbing.
Well, a big burden off the shoulders of Mike Sillinger, who has kept the spirits up despite going without a goal. And the other day at practice, a lively session where he looked pretty hot. He was scoring on a regular basis and looked like he might get one in any day now. And he gets one tonight against Ron Tugnut. The crowd upset because it spoils Tugnut's shutout bid. Now he's questioning Koharski, and Sillinger, assisted by Selivanov. Mike gets his first of the season at 17:28. And Tugnut is putting on a little demonstration for Koharski at the other end, as Mike Sillinger relieved, but yet his team trails 3-1, and never going to lose sight of that fact.
Well, it was only the 10th shot on goal the Lightning have had, being the 7th here in the second period.
Now 2:05 to go in the second period. Sillinger and the Lightning hope that can lift them to further heights here as they look to come from behind. Cullimore chips it up the boards and out of the zone. It's chopped away by Traverse. Puck bounces down to Shell Samuelson's stick. Arvidsson digs against him. Now it's Hossa moving it towards Schwab, who decides to cover. He sensed Bonk was in the area, and he gets a whistle.
22 shots so far on Schwab. Hossa's a guy that they really talked about, as you said, Rick, coming back some serious knee injury. I mean, he didn't come back until December after hurting that knee way back last spring. A complete reconstruction surgery on that knee. You see those numbers in 15 games for a rookie. That's pretty decent.
He had played 7 games early on last year before being returned to the Winterhawks. He played for Brent Peterson, not the Lightning's Brent Peterson, but Brent Peterson, who's now an assistant coach for the Nashville Predators and big part of that Memorial Cup championship team. Mike Sillinger backhands the puck to center. Kravchuk angles it to Yashin. Yashin trying to get to McEachran's pass, but it's chopped away by Bannister. Knocked loose by Dackel out in front. Kept it at the point by Salo. Good work by the Senators to hold it in. Here's McEachran, who's got 2 in the period already. Over to Kravchuk, winding, firing save, and he stops Yashin on the second try. Yashin on the backhand try, couldn't get it on the net against Svoboda. Yashin. Works it in deep to McEachran. It's tapped away by Svoboda. He was not going to be drawn out of position by the magical efforts of Alexei Yashin.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's a wizard with the puck. And coming in tonight, he's had assists in 6 straight games. 9 points in that stretch. He has now picked up his 7th straight game with an assist because he got 2 tonight on both McEachran's goal. But watch this play here. Nice save on the part of Schwab. And he got tripped up going down. But Steve, look at how he's still watching the puck, still keeping in there.
Senators get it with a minute to go. There's a drive that's on the net. It's gloved by Schwab. He'll hang on once again. Corey Schwab, as we started to tell you earlier in the period, he was in net here back in December of '97 when the team ended a 16-game winless streak on the road here at Corel Center. The last time that the Lightning had beaten the Ottawa Senators. He gets the call, and he's shown that knack to come in off the bench cold in a situation where he hadn't played in several weeks, and he's been very sharp, Chief.
You know, it's a situation where you don't like to make a habit of it. A lot of times you can get reputations, and then coaches will keep you out there for long stretches of time when you can come in. Most goalies like to play on a more regular basis.
Chris Gratton stick handles out. Long drive is wide of Tugnut. Gratton trying to get to it. Does! Hooked it on goal on the backhand, and Tugnut scooped it up with 23.6 to go here in the second. Been an intense effort tonight from Chris Gratton.
Well, he's yet to pick up his first as a Lightning here. He was trying to use those end boards. We talked about how lively they were, so he took the long shot off the end board so that he could probably make a rebound pass to himself and go back there. He got a little bit of a shot on Tugnut, but wasn't enough to get the Lightning within 1. 3-1 the score. We have 23.6 seconds to be exact remaining here in the second period.
Shots are 16-8 Ottawa. All the scoring taking place here in the second. Gratton on this draw against Bonk. Senators controlled it. Boy, Lokinen pounded by Selovanov into the corner glass. Here's Cullimore wristing it. Tugnut to save. Rebound knocked loose by Gratton. Kept it alive as it's sent wide by Clark. Clark out throws a shot at Bonk. And Koharski halts play with 9.4 seconds to go in the period. And he'll call a penalty for roughing to Wendell Clark, who's complaining about being held by Radek Bonk.
I think he's calling a double minor.
And it looks like both will go here.
Here's the shot in front. Here's the Lightning have a great chance here. Gratton just can't get the turn of the puck and the handle on it. And now watch you see. Here's the holding part here. And there's the punch to the face on Bonk by Clark.
Now, he wasn't going to call anything until Clark punched Bonk. You could see Koharski in the background there. He wasn't even moving as Bonk was holding Clark and holding the stick. And then when Clark landed the roundhouse, that's when Koharski sprung into action. They each get 2 minutes at 19:50 the second. Jacques Demers making point to his club here as to where he wants this puck to go off the draw and where he wants everyone to line. He wants Richer in tight at the rim of the circle. Cullimore up tight as well. More to run interference for Richer to hopefully pull the trigger. However, the Senators get it. It's eased down the ice by Lokinen. And Svoboda gets to it. That will do it for the second period. 1:50 remaining on the matching minors to Bonk and Clark. Teams will be skating 4 aside to begin play in the third. Lightning down 3-0, showing some life on the goal by Sillinger. Mike's first of the year, ending a long drought. And thanks to video replay to get him that goal. Well, Pierce will be visiting with Sean McEachran of the Senators coming up at the intermission. We'll have highlights and analysis for you, as well as an update on the NHL schedule for tonight out of town. Let's join Pierce down on the runway. Beyond 3,000 miles under any driving conditions. Wendell Clark and Radek Bonk will resume serving their penalties as play gets underway in the third period. Rob Zameter trying to get it a loose puck, but it's Arvidsson who works it to the point. Couldn't get it by Chris Gratton. Zameter wrestled to the boards by Jason York. Redden keeps Gratton away for the puck. Yashin in for it. Alexei Yashin. Stick handles across the Lightning line on this 4-on-4 situation. Drew Bannister rides him out, finishing that check. Peter Svoboda. 1:10 to go in the minors. Bonk for holding. Clark for roughing. Carrying over from the second period. Bannister fires it to Gratton. He tied up Sammy Sano's stick, so he could not keep the play in. Kravchuk back. Lightning change it up. Richer comes out along with Benoit Hogue. Here's McEachran. Centers out in front. Kravchuk trying to sneak in for the point. Hogue saw him coming. Svoboda chops to the puck. Gets it over the line. It's played back in offside by Sammy Sano. 38 seconds to go on the penalties.
Well, the big goal scorer for the Ottawa Senators is Sean McEachran. I think he has the distinction, might be the only distinction, of being traded for the same player twice in the same year. Now, I'll explain that. Back in 1993-94, he was traded from Pittsburgh to LA for Marty McSorley. Then in February of that same season, he was traded back to Pittsburgh along with I forget his name, but anyway, he got traded back to Pittsburgh along with for Marty McSorley and Jim Toth. So a matter of about 4 months, he went from Pitt to LA to back to Pitt.
He should have been checking with McSorley to see what the travel arrangements were there and get a clue as to when they might be changing teams again.
McSorley's back where he started, or no, not quite where he started, but he's in Edmonton, one of the teams where he got his fame from.
Benoit Hogue hands the puck off to Cullimore. It's sent in off the stick of Richer. Now Bonk and Clark have returned. The team's at full strength. Magnus Arvidsson rolls it back to his defense. We've played 2 minutes here in the third. 3-1. Ottawa in front. Cullimore ahead for Tucker. Rolls by his stick. Traverse in there. Tucker right on him. Joined by McCarthy. Lecavalier. And a stretch out for that puck. Yanni Lokinen kept him away from it. Bonk trying to get it out. Does. Traverse joining the attack. His shot toward the net taken away by Svoboda. He's hounded by Bonk. Svoboda trying to move past Arvidsson, is able to flip the puck in deep in the zone. He did not gain the red line though, and Traverse wins that race to touch up on an icing call.
You see that quite often where the Lightning don't get a hold of that puck, and they get it just that one extra stride. They don't seem to get it over the red line.
Well, in attendance tonight, you see Dave Semenko, one of the all-time well-known tough guys in hockey, the protector of Wayne Gretzky and those championship teams at Edmonton, and he came to the press room armed with a little weather forecast tonight. He just come from New York. I guess it's been snowing in New York where he came from. We're expecting 15 centimeters of snow, Chief. Now figure that out for me. How many inches is that here in Ottawa? So both areas are expecting snow, and
it's about 6.
Okay, that's about what New York's getting. Alfredson shoots and it's blocked out in front by McBain. We thank meteorologist Dave Semenko for his input on the report. Here's McCarthy dropping it. LeCavalier with a shot that's blocked. Dave, by the way, scouting for Edmonton. Pass around for Alfredson. He vacated the area when he saw Sandy McCarthy coming. He's bumped by Prospel. Alfredson chips it out to center. McBain over to Peter Svoboda. Played almost half the game to this point, 17 minutes plus through 2 periods. McBain blunts a pass. The puck comes down to Alfredson. Kravchuk swerves away from McCarthy. Gave it up to Craig Janney. Kravchuk gets it right back again. Bruce Gardner steps in. Shoots, saved by Schwab. Bouncing rebound. And the shot was blocked as Tucker moves it ahead. Janney on the weave with Sullivanov. Alex risks it on goal. Tugged up the save. Chris Murray gets a rare shift. And stick handles into some trouble. However, Salo is able to wrist it down the ice. It's wide of the crease. It's icing if the Lightning get there. Sullivanov makes sure he does. 16:03 to go here in the third. Ottawa by a pair. The V2 professional roller hockey skate provides a virtual ice experience for the ultimate in sprinting, turning, and stopping. It's the closest thing to being on the ice from V4. As a gentleman in our booth, Nigel Kerwin could tell you all about those V formation skates. Director of amateur hockey for the Lightning for one, now video coordinator.
They don't have double runners in rollerblades, though.
Andreas Dackel moving it on to Traverse. Center, Dackel shoots, saved by Schwab, and he finds that rebound out in front for the whistle. Mike Sillinger talked about you got to go to the net to score. Andreas Dackel had that in mind.
You got to shoot from everywhere as well, and you can sometimes catch it, but there was a nice shot and the redirection. The Lightning, or pardon me, the Senators have done a good job of really getting a guy loose in front of the net. Watch Dackel. See how he gets his stick loose and still redirects it? Schwab has to make sure that he's got no holes, because the only way a guy can score there is that if you do find a hole in goalie, you're in so close that you got to make sure that you cover every hole that possible. If he's going to deflect it by you, he has to deflect it. If he gets by you, he has to deflect it around you, not through you.
Mikhail Anderson tries to get it out. It's held in. Lokinen's shot is fought off by Schwab. Yashin on the backhand, trying to battle, get it in front. He did. It was tapped away at the defense. McEachran has 2 on the night. And the Lightning trying to hold him and his potent line mates off the board. It's centered. Samuelson takes it. Moves it now to Zaminer. And he'll fire it back to center ice. Schwab leaves the puck for Samuelson. Ahead for Cullimore. Deals it for Chris Gratton. He'll sail it in deep in the zone. Anderson speeds in on Wade Redden. Gratton gets to it. Throws it out in front. The shot on goal is saved by Tugnut. Gratton on the rebound. A shot deflected over Tugnut. It might have skimmed the crossbar. It came down. Bannister fires, and it's deflected wide. Tugnut gets a whistle. Bannister got the original shot. Tugnut the stop, and Gratton just firing away. Nearly got one over top of Tugnut and in.
I think what happened, it came up and hit the crossbar up over top of Tugnut's head. You'll see the shot come off the slot area. Now, here's the shot. The very easy one, but here's the rebound. Watch it now. Now, watch this area right up in here. Watch it come down. See it come straight down up over top of his head, of Tugnut's head, and the Lightning aren't able to get a hold of it. Again, watch it. The rebound comes up. York misses it. Gratton pushes it up, hits him in the shoulder, comes straight up in the air, and then straight down. That did touch the crossbar right up in that area there. So it did hit the crossbar a little bit. Gratton might have had his first in a Lightning uniform.
Peter Svoboda paired with Bannister. Well, he's been thinking a little more offense the last few nights. 5 shots on the net last night. Got the only Lightning goal. And he was set up beautifully there by Gratton on the try that started that whole sequence. He drives the puck in here and heads for the bench. York carries it out. Radek Bonk stick handles in. Svoboda plays the man. Bonk gets around him, trying to tuck it home at the post. Rebound, they score! Arvidsson followed it up. Peter Svoboda had broken his stick and just threw the shaft away as Bonk stepped around the defense for the initial shot, and it's now 4-1 Ottawa.
What Peter Svoboda is so upset for, it's an absolute no-no to let that guy go around you at the blue line. You see him right there as he out-muscles Peter Svoboda. Comes around, the rebound sits there, and then it's Arvidsson. Nobody picks him up. He just walks in and pops it home. Again, here's the trailer right here. You got to watch him. Nobody picks him up. See how they leave him go? Nobody picks him up. He's just there to flip it home. And it's a 4-1 Ottawa lead. Right there.
Magnus Arvidsson, one of the foot soldiers on this club. A lot of European origin foot soldiers on this team. They all chip in, they all dig hard, play the two-way game, and Arvidsson gets his 9th goal of the year. And Bonk, with a nice rush, gets an assist on it at the 6-minute mark. The only assist on that goal. Ottawa back to a 3-goal margin, and they're whistled here for an offside. Now we've got McCarthy challenging Daniel Alfredsson.
Well, Alfredsson's been slashing at guys all night long after they give him a shot. He slashes at him, so now he comes after him, and they took up. I mean, you think that they keep saying, well, we're not going to get after anybody, but you keep slapping at guys with your stick, they're going to be up. You're going to upset a lot of guys.
Used to be a day when you were expected to answer that call.
That's the truth. Here comes the shot here. He shots him here. Now watch the slash. There's the slash. Now he gets after him. He says, oh, look out. How do I get out of here? You know what happened was he couldn't get past the one of the linesmen, Darren Gibbs.
Now Murray on the ice, nose to nose with McCarthy, who's saying probably the same thing you were just saying, Chief. And you know what they're on the ice for. Well, they get a word from Koharski. Perhaps laying down the ground rules. Lokinen back for it. Sillinger and Hogue operating deep in that attacking zone. The puck taken over by Patrick Traverse. Moves it out to Murray. And he's bumped by McCarthy. Here's Gardner. Down that right side centered. Hogue picked it off. Out on the wing to McCarthy. He'll take on Lokinen. Grabs him. Lets him go. And now, just from that quick little grab, Koharski's going to blow the whistle when the Lightning control. And it will be a penalty to Sandy McCarthy at 7:09.
These referees always want to take the easy way out. That's the easiest thing in the world for him to do, is to create the penalty so he doesn't have to handle anything after this. Typical. Quarter of time remaining here in the third period. Now this is the play that gives Ottawa their 5th power play, holding Sandy McCarthy. Time of that penalty, 7:09.
They've added a second assist on the Arvidsson goal to Jason York. They gave him an assist on the initial goal of the game by McEachran. So York, to start this period, had no assists. Now he's got 2.
I wonder if his nickname's Peppermint Patties.
I don't know. We'll have to check on that one. Must know the official score, though. Here's Anderson in a steal. The pass to Zamaner. And it's York who cuts him off. Anderson checked by Alfredsson. Alfredsson takes over. Ottawa's 5th power play chance. Alfredsson hacked by Mikhail Anderson, who drops his stick. Goes to the bench in a change. Alfredsson puts it behind the net. McEachran's on. Couldn't handle the pass. Cullimore tapped it away to Samuelson. And Shell will just lift it down the ice. A minute to go on the penalty to McCarthy. Kravchuk. Dackle has to reach back for the puck. Throws it to Prospel. Dackle trying to head up the middle. Kravchuk, I should say, into Dackel. Dropping it back. Kravchuk gets it to Johansson. Igor Kravchuk trying to find a teammate in front. His plan spoiled by Peter Svoboda. Alfredsson moves it along to Alexei Yashin. Centers. Dackel moves it back to Yashin. Shooting, he scores! With the blade of his stick just over the goal line. Shooting from almost no angle. Alexei Yashin adds a goal to go along with 2 assists, and he makes it 5-1.
This is a pretty pass play as you're going to find. Yashin to Dackel, who just sends it right back to him. It almost looks like it's a preconceived play. And it's their second power play goal. The Lightning give up 2 power play goals to Montreal last night. Now it's 2 again here tonight. Yashin picks up the second one here. Coming at 8:50. Well, what a pass by Dackel.
Yashin now with 47 points on the season, as Chief mentioned. Came into this game tied for 5th in the scoring race. He's obviously going to move up the ladder. He hit the 11-minute mark remaining. Dackel and Johansson assist on Yashin's 16th on the year at 8:50. Boy, he had 1 goal in his first 10 games. He has been on fire ever since. 36 points in his last 23 games, including tonight's effort. Hogue across to McCarthy, will push it toward the corner. He comes looking for Traverse and lands the hit. Hogue leads it back to McCarthy. Leaves it for Sillinger. Back to Sandy. His backhander is off Traverse's leg and wide. Arvidsson scoops it up. Left it for Traverse. And he is thumped along the boards by Hogue. Bannister moves it to Hogue. Hogue from the line. Fires. Saved by Tugnut. Lokinen. He'll just lift it out through center. Knocked down by Mario Larocque. Midway through this third period, it's 5-1 Ottawa. Lightning goal from Mike Sillinger on a play that the save was made by Tugnut, but his catching glove was inside the net. Alfredsson with a drive that's blocked by Larocque. Puck regained by Prospel. Drops it. Redden shoots it. That was blocked by Tucker. Now we've got a penalty upcoming against the Lightning. Richer back up ice, got tangled up with Prospel. And I think it's coming from their confrontation back in the corner in the Lightning zone. Meantime, here's Yashin once again. It's Prospel shooting, and he fires it by the glove of Schwab. Lightning finally gained control. Koharski halts the play. And he's going to send off Richer here at 10:39.
I don't know who's getting the call. Here's Richer going to get the call right here. That isn't the original call. The original call was going to be on Darcy Tucker for grabbing him around when he was trying to get around he grabbed the very same Sandy McCarthy did. This happened way after Koharski put his hand up for a penalty call. Way after. And he all of a sudden he's changed his mind and gave that penalty call. Amazing. It'll be roughing on Richer.
Now the Lightning losing their composure here as this game has gotten out of their reach. And Yashin and company back out there. Anderson on this faceoff will push it through center ice. Redden pursued by Zamina. Yashin, who had 3 points in the Senators' 4-2 win over the Lightning a month ago in Tampa, has 3 points tonight, and his team has a 5-1 lead. Kellamore back for the dump in. Has room to skate it out. Here comes the big guy one-on-one on Redden. Forced wide by the young defenseman. McEachran takes over. McEachran selected to play for the U.S. Olympic team last year in Nagano, but it encountered some back spasms and had to be sent home before the games began. Leads it in for Alfredsson. Samuelsson Taps it up the boards. Kravchuk couldn't handle it. Gratton could not get it by McEachran. Samuelson runs into Alfredson. McEachran at the blue line. Checked by Gratton. Fires it to Mike Sillinger. Sillinger trying to dance around Sammy Salo. Could not. They go to the corner. Kravchuk scoops up the puck. 50 seconds to go on the Richer roughing call. Johansson circles back. Crossbow. Watched by Hogue. Kravchuk swings one on Bannister. Sends it back around to Andreas Johansson. An open man at the point. It's Kravchuk. Now he is tripped up as he fell over the fallen Bannister, who was anticipating the shot attempt. And the Senators have to back it out. 22 seconds to go on the penalty. Tucker keeps an eye on Johansson. Lokanen lays it in for Prospel. Hogue catches up to that puck, and he'll skim it off the glass down the ice. That'll just about do for this Richer penalty. Stefan set to come back on, and the Lightning back to full strength. 7:18 to go in the third. Here's Bonk's drive, and a sprawling Samuelson blocked it. It was gloved ahead by Janney. Lokanen back at his own line for it. Cutting in now, it's Arvidsson dropping it back for Bonk. Shots in the third are 6 apiece. Loose puck in the corner, and Clark spies it. Plays it to Janney. York across for Hossa. His pass blocked at the line by Bannister. Marian Hossa trying to step around Solomonov. Senators interested in playing a little keep away at this point with a 4-goal lead and 6.5 minutes to kill. Murray heads for the corner along with Bannister. Janney pried it loose. It's fired out by Solomonov onto the stick of Wendell Clark. Salo back. Clark hangs onto it. Lets the shot go. Saved by Tugnut. He'll hang on. 6:15 remaining in the third. Clark and the Lightning on the short end of a 5-1 score. Here's our game summary brought to you by Hip Health Plan of Florida.
Well, that line of McEachran, Yashin, and Dackel have been the big offensive factor here in this game. McEachran with 2 and Yashin with a goal, and Dackel's chipped in with 2 assists.
Play kept in by Mike McBain. Tucker chips it back of the goal. LeCavalier checks Salo. And Allen trying to work it up the boards. McBain a strong play to hold it in. Senators do get it out. And Richer backs up the play. Carried in by Gardner. Should have had a whistle for an offside, but they let it go. Now the puck chopped away. Richer handles it. Kravchuk takes over. And he'll send it off the boards down the ice. We'll have an icing call against the Senators.
Now, one of the things you take a look at this play, the Lightning have 3 players, 3 defensemen that is, that are under 24 years of age and in the lineup tonight, as has the Senators. They have 3 of theirs under 24 years of age. You take a look at their young defense. Senators are getting their defense, the ones that are under 24 years, outside of Salo and Traverse. They've had 2 and 3 years now of experience in the National Hockey League.
Lokanen was a draft pick of the old Quebec Nordiques and picked up in a minor deal, and boy, he's been panning out.
Yeah, traded for a guy by the name of Brad Larson.
LeCavalier gets to that puck in the corner, moving it to Tucker. It's deflected in front, and Tugnut flops on it quickly for the stoppage in play.
When you take a look at Tugnut, though, you know, you talk about a player here. In his first 8 years in the league, you know, he played on 5 different teams. Well, actually 4. He was signed by the 5th team, Washington, never played. At the age of 29, he played the American Hockey League. He thought his career was over. Signed here with Ottawa. Look at him now. He holds the best goals against average in the league. But you see, he's 29. I think when you take a look at goalies, that they reach their peak at 28, 29, 30, 31 years of age, right around that area. So often or not, you see a guy, if he doesn't show you anything by 22 or 23, they let him go.
Richier's going to get a tripping penalty here. The Senators, for the moment, held control, and now We'll get the call with Lokinen being dumped at center ice, and Richer heading back to the box at 14:53. Tucker and Yashin were chatting it up behind the net.
Took Koharski a long time to blow that whistle for the call, though, because Schwab made a save, which they say is not puck under control, but the Lightning had a player to shoot the puck into the corner. The whistle still didn't go until they finally touched it again in the corner. And I think that's when Yashin went after the puck, because no whistle had gone. You keep playing till the whistle goes, and that's what I think Tucker was upset about. But it was the case of Koharski having a very, very, very slow whistle.
Senators have had 6 shots on goal on 6 opportunities. 2 of them have gone to net. Yashin and Alfredsson have their power play goals. Here's a pass stolen by Anderson. He'll send the Senators back. Examiner trying to disrupt things. Redden sends it across for York. Long lead pass for Daniel Alfredsson. On the weave, it's Yashin entering that zone. His pass blocked by Samuelsson. Alfredsson gets it back, looks for York in front. Zamiter saw him and tied him up. Yashin regains it. Goes to Redden, winding, firing, and a block made by Cullimore. Loose puck gathered in by Zamiter. And it's Anderson who skates it out with 1:18 to go in the penalty. Wade Redden was traded for the first pick in that 1995 draft. Brian Berard, his name came up earlier today, Chief, that the Islanders might finally pull the trigger on a deal for Felix Potvin, but that's just rumored. I don't think anything's been substantiated on that. Whereas Potvin remains at home, he's reportedly lost over $700,000 in salary because he had been told months ago he's going to be dealt by the Leafs when they acquired Curtis Joseph, and just kept waiting and waiting. Nothing happened. Here's Prospel in deep, moving it to Salo. Backs it out. 22 seconds to go in the penalty to Richer.
Something like that gives goaltending a bad name. Why would you stop and not collect your paycheck? I don't understand that one.
Apparently he thought he could force the trade. The Leafs said, well, we'll just let you sit.
No kidding. You don't have to pay him. It's even better.
Bonk's drive is deflected wide. Hossa trying to work away from McBain. You're right, though, Chief. It does give goaltenders a bad name. Here's Hossa out in front. Lost at Richer's return. The Lightning killed a penalty. It remains 5-1 as he'll chip it in deep. Hogue. Now to Tucker. Tucker gonna move it to Richer. They collide behind the net. Bonk and Tucker collide. Traverse moves it ahead. Arvidsson cut off by Cullimore. Yanni Lokinen throws it back to York. Gardner checked by Mikhail Anderson. Lecavalier scoops it up. He's met in the hit by Lokinen. York lays it back to Lokinen. Ahead for Murray. Pinching in, though, is Cullimore. Anderson trying to get it down the boards. Take it away, and it's flipped out by Lokinen. Just over 2 minutes remaining. Chris Murray angles it for Van Allen. Laroque got there first. The rookie tangles with Van Allen in that corner. Sean Van Allen trying to center. Did so. Murray gets it, and he turns around and slaps it wide. It's chopped down the ice by Anderson. Redden, long lead pass over 2 lines. They'll whistle it down with 1:42 to go. 5-1. Ottawa in control of this one, and they're on their way to going 7 games over 500 for the first time ever. And let's check in with Jeff DeForest in Miami with a Sunshine Network Live update. Thanks, Jeff, as we're back at the Corral Center in the final moments of this hockey game with Ottawa leading 5-1 and the shot advantage belonging to the Senators of 33-19. Salo with a pass ahead for Yashin. Plays it now to McEachran. Throws it in front for Dackel, and he tapped it wide. His shot just disrupted a bit by Janney. Backhander by McEachran, stopped by Schwab. Goshen has it. Going to send it through, and that was tipped to the corner. Dackel. Another one of those foot soldiers who you don't hear a lot about, but that ceaseless effort, they really helped their team. A two-way play. Silovanov was forced out of the zone, and he stick-handled back across the line offside.
I think they're trying to set up McEachran for the hat trick. He's got 2 goals, minute 11 remaining. They'll try and probably play that line as much as possible, so McEachran can get a shot at the hat trick.
See Mikhail Anderson in the foreground there. He had a little problem seen with a leg as he came off the ice earlier.
Rick Patterson, the associate coach, kept talking about how every time they take Mick out of the lineup, the power play, or pardon me, the penalty killing isn't that strong. They always seem to give up a power play goal. But back in the lineup now, and Lightning have given up 2 power plays here tonight.
A minute to go in the game. Bannister with a pass out for Silovanov. Cut off by Traverse. Janney scoops it up. Silovanov throws it across to McBain. Mike plays it inside the line. Crossball. Silovanov checked by Lokinen, backhands it in. Tugnut keeps it moving around for Alfredsson. 28 seconds remaining. Alfredsson ahead for Johansson. Senators very happy about him as a free agent acquisition, but I would counter in conversations with Wendell Clark and what he's produced for the Lightning as a free agent acquisition. Tough to find any better one anywhere in the NHL. Richet's shot was turned aside here in the closing seconds. The lead pass for Arvidsson, cutting it on Schwab. Stopped by Schwab, and that'll do it. And we get Larocque and Bonk pushing and shoving in behind the net. They are separated as the Senators win it by the count of 5-1. And from here, Chief, the Lightning look to regroup in New York against the Ranger team. As you mentioned earlier, they've been putting on a little steam trying to close into the playoff spot.
Well, this club's going to have to really regroup, because right now they are really struggling. They haven't been able to muster any kind of offense, and when that, even their defense is starting to suffer even more.
Now 5-1 our final here as Tugnut receiving congratulations from his teammates. A quick reminder is the team will head home next week to host the Maple Leafs. The New Year package still available for Lightning games. 4 tickets, 1 mug, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, 4 pennants, and a media guide. Call 229-8800 for details. We'll return with a final word, followed by Sunshine Network Live in just a moment.